This is my next game, Fu Clairvoyance, and without a doubt, I wanted to make it look nicer. No matter the effort, this is what I wanted to see. Well, this is just a sample image I made where the background will be blurred and also part of the foreground for a very nice effect, and on top of that, I wanted to add bloom and some other shader effects. And after a week of work, what could go wrong? Well, pretty much everything. Let me explain. How bad and complicated was to turn this image into a reality, and to make it look like that, let me go back to some other games I made before, trying to achieve the same effect, but faking it. A few years back I released the Last Mob Witness. This is the original version in just plain 2D. When I created a remake version to make it look nicer, and this is what it looked like. It was using some tricks to make it look like 3D. Mainly the floor was a plane, and the camera was rotated. You can watch this video explaining how I made that effect, since all is just 2D sprites. But with this third side scrolling game, I wanted to make it look even better, and for that I converted everything into 3D sprites. Usually sprites are used in plain 2D, but now I can rotate things in any direction. This looked fine for some time, but as you can see in previous edits, sprites overlap and in some cases took quite a long time to edit the level to render things to occlude things like the walls and columns. In some areas I couldn't find the exact depth to put 2D sprites to match the floor and the perspective, because I was not really using 3D. You can clearly see this problem in the tavern. In the second floor, the back tables and chairs move different speed than what it should, and there is no easy fits. Also, I couldn't make walls perpendicular to the screen and let them move as expected. It was extremely challenging to exactly put things to look right. Because of this and many other issues, I decided to make use of the 3D space properly. In order to blur the background as I imagined, I need to have a depth buffer. Let me show you the depth buffer I created. It shows all in red, but in my case, dark areas are closer to the camera while brighter areas are far. With the depth buffer, I can calculate which pixels are close or far from the camera, and blur the ones that are too close and the ones too far. But to make this depth buffer work, I had to properly create it, and it took almost a week to make the shaders and make them work together. After fixing the depth buffer and the depth of field shaders, I had to remake my levels. I started with the dojo, added also bloom effect, which makes things softer and brighter in brighter areas, giving a nice touch. But the work now will be focused on remaking every single level. As you see now, every level was faking depth, but with these new shaders I need to remake the floors, walls and objects depths just to make it look nice. On top of that, I added the effect when you are hit, so it brings some impact to it, while I still need to redo all the levels, so this doesn't look good yet. The game looks a lot nicer and looks like what I envisioned before, and feels a little bit more depth, and now I can clearly see if textures are overlapping, crossing and adjust them properly. But at the same time, it means I need to fix all the previous mistakes I made. And that's it for this week. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to support my work, please click like and subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you do not miss my next update. Thank you so much for watching my journey. See you next week.